Hey everybody, this is Dave Dugdale, learningdslrvideo.com, and yet once again I'm down in the basement studio trying out the Sony A77, and I have a little bit of a cold, so my voice is really low. Two things I'm gonna test on this particular video. First one is I took off the kit lens that came with it. It was a zoom, and I put on the somewhat very plasticky Sony 50mm prime 1.4, kind of similar to the construction to the Canon 1.8. Don't know if it's in the same price range, but that seemed to, I haven't even taken this stuff upstairs yet. Just looking at the back of screen, it looks a ton clearer than the kit lens. Have no idea why. Now, one of the things that's kind of interesting is when you change out a lens on these, this is why I just experienced it, is when you change out a lens, you put the new one on, it makes a whole bunch of gurgling noises. This camera makes a bunch of gurgling noises even after you turn it off, but especially when I exchanged out lenses, it's almost like it's recalibrating something, like where the plane of focus is supposed to be, and maybe when I put the kit lens on the first time, it didn't do that calibration correctly. But maybe I can get some actual audio of how this thing makes a bunch of gurgling noise and whatever it's doing, I have no idea. But maybe putting this lens on and it works great in terms of focus, because it sure seems like on the back of the screen that we've got it nice and crisp. And what you have to do is you have to go into the movie mode. You have four selections, four icons basically, and I think it's got a background picture of a mountain lion or something. But basically, I choose the bottom, which is manual. And when you have it on manual, you can't change the shutter, you can't change the aperture unless you're in manual focus. Kind of odd, don't know why. So I switched to manual focus. I set something right here. I even have a little peaking on it, which is really cool. This is actually a very advanced camera in terms of focus, which I'm just learning about. But once you've locked in on the focus manually, then I could change the shutter to 1/50 of a second. Then I changed the f-stop to 4.5, and I've got the ISO set at 160. And now it looks like I've got a nice crisp image. And also I'm on the neutral picture style today with a -3 contrast. Previous video, I was trying to figure out how to get to the neutral picture style, and shout out to Caleb Pike. Showed me what I was doing wrong. In fact, I think I had screwed up the camera so much I had to reinitialize it and reboot it back to the original factory default setting, and then everything started working a little bit better again. So you can go into the bowels of this camera and really screw things up. All right, so that's my first test, and it looks like it's a lot better. My second test, it has to deal with audio. I read through the manual. I wouldn't say I read through the manual. I probably skimmed it maybe 3 times looking for any reference to audio in terms of what is it? Is it automatic gain control? Is it not? Right now, I've got the Rode video mic, and I've got an extension cable that's going directly into the mic input. Sadly, this does not have a headphone jack on the back of it. I wish it did, but it's got a mic input, which is cool. So I've got this plugged in, and I am, I'd say about a foot away from the microphone right now. Normally the mic is about maybe 3 feet away from my mic. Sorry, didn't get much sleep last night. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm going to change the position of the Rode mic, and I'm gonna just keep talking kind of in the same tone. Right now I'm pretty much eating the microphone. Actually, my wife is upstairs playing the piano. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back to where it was, and I'm going to stop talking and see if you can hear the piano. Now I'm going to start talking again. What I'm looking for is to see if it's raising or lowering the gain. And now I'm going to talk really close, and I'm going to speak louder and 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 stop. And see if you can hear any of that background noise. So what I'll be listening for is to see if it goes from a really loud, distorted type thing, if it starts to clamp down the gain, and then when I let go to see if the gain comes back up slowly. On the Canons, it would happen really quickly, too fast. If it happened within 3 or 4 seconds, it would have been pretty good, but Canon does it within 1 second. So it'll clamp down and then boom, bring it back up. So you have this pumping and breathing kind of thing. All right, I've rambled on way too long. Luckily, I'm putting on this onto my second channel on YouTube, so I'm hopefully not boring my regular viewers. So, all right, so that's pretty much it. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.